Hey guys, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'll also check my cell phone. Hey guys, so right now we are located at Nelson's Bistro. For those of you who are just tuning in, that's what it looks like right there. And right beside us right here, we have like a jumbo jet. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm here today to talk about how to make a fortune here in the Dominican Republic. I'm just trying to get my internet up and running. And if you guys can, in the meantime, let me know if you guys are being able to catch my feed. Can you guys hear me? So guys, I don't quite know what's going on right now with the internet, but be patient. You know I always work it out. Hold on one second. Yes, but you are a little low. How about now? Can you hear me better now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Hold on, guys. Can you guys hear me now? Because I'm going to be getting into a lot of information, and I want to make sure you guys can hear me. All right, good. Thank you so much for letting me know there. Okay, that's the one thing about live to airs. Joanne, thank you so much. Marshall's Entertainment, thank you so much. Okay, because, you know, this is the thing. I don't want to waste too much time just talking off the hop. I want to talk really on point because a lot of you guys are coming here to make money. And a lot of you guys are not retired yet. And I would say the average age that comes here to the Dominican Republic to visit that's not retired yet is anywhere between, like, the average age is anywhere from like 35 up to about 55 that's not retired yet. So it always, it stumps me sometimes how people come here and they don't make money. There's an old saying that is here. A lot of people say this old saying: "You want to be a millionaire in the Dominican Republic? Come with 2 million and leave with 1 million." That is an old saying here, and the reason why they say that is because when most people come here, they end up spending money. But a lot of you guys, you'll come here and you'll stay for like a month or 2 months, 3 months, and what I hear often is, "Oh, Cerise, I enjoyed my time here for 3 months, but now I got to get back home." And I always ask people, why do you have to go back home? You love it here so much, you're like part of it now, you're an expat. And the same reason is always said over and over. They have to go back home to make some money. And it makes me wonder about the person, if they just want to go back home and work because they have to. But if you're that person and you're coming here and you're trying to make it work, then you can. Now, there are a few ways. I'm going to get into the ways that you can make money, but I'm also going to get into some important factors. A lot of people, they come here. Hold on, we're going to be interrupted for a second. Buenas. Oh, una mujer is aquí antes para craft beer. Tienes tsunami o
Tsunami, Barba Negra,
¿qué tú tienes?
Tsunami. Déjame chequear.
Oh, ella habla igual. ¿Qué tú
Son las
tienes?
mismas. Tsunami, Barba Negra, Short Break.
Ok, short break, por favor. Gracias.
¿Algo más?
Ensalada para llevar, pero no ahora.
Ah, ok.
Yo
Genial.
hablo en mi video primero. So, sorry guys, you know how live the airs are. We're just gonna get interrupted, so please bear with me. Again, I do want to tell you where I'm at. I'm at Nelson's Bistro. It's a beautiful family restaurant, and I just ordered a short break beer. It's craft beer. So now a lot of people, they come here and they want to start businesses, and businesses are awesome. I don't want to discourage you guys, but I do want to tell you a few good businesses that will take time, take a moment for you to take it off the ground. So the other day, somebody messaged me on my channel here, and he said, Cerise, I want to start a business. I want to start a clothing business. Now, that's a really common thing here, believe it or not. Hair businesses are very common here. Also nail businesses and, wig businesses. Very common here. But what you want to do is think about who's going to buy your product if you're coming to Sosua. Now, I'm only speaking about Sosua. Of course, it'll apply differently in Santo Domingo or Santiago. If you are a distributor of clothes and you have a real good contact and luck on buying clothing, for instance, then sure, come here with your clothing. But you really have to think about your target market, because most expats here, and again, let's just talk about Sosua. Gracias, amor. Let's just talk about Sosua. Most expats here have brought their clothes, and if they've been here for a very long time, then they usually take a little bus trip out to Santiago or Santo Domingo because it's worth the trip to go out there and buy things. Or what they will do is they will buy from the Haitians in the street that sell clothes. Or what they will do is they will go to a place here called La Puta. Now, myself as an expat, when it comes to a clothing business, I wouldn't open one here in Sosua because there's just a lot of boutiques and there's a lot of secondhand clothing stores here. I shop at secondhand clothing stores here and also at the Chinese tienda. Chinese tienda has a lot of t-shirts, a lot of and I also mostly get my clothes online. I order from most of my clothing like this here from online. But China tienda has everything you need, and the kitchen sink probably. But they have everything. And there's 4 of them all over Sosua, right in the main road by Texaco. There's one in front of Texaco, on the side of Texaco, and 2 behind Texaco. If you guys know King's Restaurant, you will see, you can stand there on the corner of King's Restaurant and look at all 4 of them. You just turn your head and you'll see 2, you turn your head and you'll see 2. China tienda, that means Chinese store. And it's not just a convenience store. They're not selling like candy and chips and pop. They are selling shoes and purses and makeup and everything. I go there for whatever I need. Now, if I'm looking for good quality clothing, like we're talking about workout clothing, because I've been doing fitness lately, or if I'm looking for like something that's going to really pop, and I really want good quality because I'm a good quality person, there are really not a lot of stores here that sell good quality clothing. Now, don't get any ideas now and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to go buy wholesale, a whole bunch of wholesale. Well, Winners is going through their changing of season. A lot of people can't afford a lot of brand names here, and they all go to La Puga. And lots of us expats, if expats are going to be your target market, mostly all of us go to La Puga. It's a secondhand store, but we don't mind because most of the clothing there are Adidas, Nike, Axis. I've even bought a pair of Versace pants there before for $6 for $3.99. I'm just going to take a drink of this beer and cheers you guys before the beer starts getting warm. full volume? Can you guys hear me now? Please tell me, because this is important. I don't want to get so involved and then you guys can't hear me. Can't hear you. You guys speak up. Let me know if you can hear me. Hold on. Can't hear me? I'm trying to get the internet on my cell phone. I might have to start this feed again, like how I had to on Sunday. I don't know, guys. Let me see. Yes, you can hear me. Yes, it's way better now. Okay, good. Please just let me know if you can't hear me, because I do want you guys to hear this information. Now I'm all paranoid. I'm going to keep asking you guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Remember that old Fido commercial? Oh, in any case, I'm going to speak louder just in case. But just interrupt me if you can't hear me. So, yeah, so now I'm just talking about clothing, but I'm about to get into some other things as well. Okay? Thank you, guys. So now we shop at the secondhand store. I bought a pair of Versace pants at the secondhand store. You have to understand that Sosua is mostly tourists and locals, and people come here, and when they come here they leave their clothing for the locals a lot of the times. So a lot of those clothing, they come here, and then when they come here, a lot of those clothings will go to La Puga, secondhand store. So again, if I want something real high quality, I'll go there. I went and bought all of my workout outfits, Nike, Adidas, like some type of dry fit stuff and everything for 3,000 pesos. That's $60, and I have enough for 10 days, right? Like I don't have to wash my workout gear at all. So I was speaking to my girlfriend about that, who lives in Canada, and I was saying just to her, like, 'cause she likes to work out and go to the gym and everything. And I said to her, I said, oh, I feel so good. I went and bought some workout gear. I told her some of the things that I got, and she's like, what, Cerise? She's like, I pay $30, $50 just for one bra top. And I was like, wow. So this is where us expats shop, La Puga. If you want to start a secondhand store, it's going to be a lot of competition as well, because the Haitians have it on lock. And then, of course, that one big store called La Puga on Pedro Clisante has it on lock. It is a huge place where you can buy anywhere from bathing suits, and it's not all secondhand, because I bought brand new bathing suits there before, and brand new bras. So they have bras, they have panties, they have all kinds of men's stuff, children's stuff, and that is where the locals go. They buy secondhand. They don't mind it so much, and also expats do not mind it at all either. Clothing will be hard to push unless it is a niche piece of clothing, like something like like Crocs or something, when Crocs first came out. So, or unless it's like a certain type of clothing, like Kim Kardashian. She made a real good living on the Slims, I think they're called, or Kims or something. Okay, so she made really, really good money. That's what I'm saying. If it's a niche product and you just want to put it on, try it here in the market, then definitely try, but don't spend a lot of millions of dollars or even thousands of dollars. Try to get your stuff. Hold on one second. Amor. Hola. Hola. Amor. I'm going to see if it's possible for them to turn this music down back here, because I don't want this video to get flagged. ¿Es posible menos volumen aquí? Okay. So now, unless it's a niche product, and that's exactly how you're going to make your money here on niche products. Don't bring sand to the beach. A lot of you guys as well, like the other day I was speaking to a woman in Canada, and she messaged me and she said, Cerise, I really want to do my massage business there because she's working on a budget and she can only afford $300 a month for rent. And she's, going through a certain type of depression right now. And she's sad and she wants to change her life. She wants to get here to the Dominican Republic and live life in paradise, which she feels is going to help her heal. And she told me that she can offer massages to foreigners. And I said, where? That's one of the hardest business to do too. So if you are a naturopath, if you are a person that does a lot of massages and stuff, the women here that are like masseuses, I guess, like massage therapists, they actually get paid about $30 for an entire hour, $20 for an hour, and they are certified. So if you are certified, not all of them are certified, don't get me wrong, but I know a lot of certified massage therapists that actually make money like less than what you would make. So I said to her, where are you going to do it from? And she said, oh, I'll just put up a chair and on the beach and tell the foreigners that, a massage. And I'm like, no, foreigner men don't want foreigner women rubbing on them for massages. Unless it's something like in a wonderful spa and they can go there with their insurance and they can do something. If a man is sitting on the beach, the last thing he's going to want is some Canadian woman to go up to him and say, would you like a massage? He's going to be like, no, I'm going to get a Dominican to do it right over here with some mango cream and some coconut cream and coconut oil and stuff like that. And it will appear, and I told this woman too, you don't want to go on the beach and start offering people massages and take jobs away from Dominicans. That's not fair either. So that was not very well thought out, I told her. But definitely if she wants to come here and start a little massage place in the back of a clothing store and put a lot of promotions around before she gets here, she has to offer some type of perk. You can't just come here and say, I'm going to give massages when there's such a big market for it here from everyone and their grandmother and foreigners as well. So, you have to be very wise about that too, and what jobs that you may take away from Dominicans. Now, there's another one that people constantly contact me about, Airbnbs, because I tell people come and do an Airbnb, but you have to do an Airbnb right. Just recently, I'll tell this story today because I just went through this recently. There was a gentleman that contacted me for an Airbnb, and he contacted me for one and then he let it go. Gee, this is a big beer. I'm not complaining though. So he contacted me for one Airbnb and I told him he has to fix it up. But it would be good money for him, like wonderful money for him, because he could make money on that daily. And he didn't communicate with me back in time enough, and it got taken. So then I put up more Airbnbs that are you can rent out, and then he's like, "Oh, I like that one," and I was like, "Amazing." So then he said, "Okay, I'm going to send you the money for it." Now, he didn't send the money, and I put it on hold for him because I know the kid really wanted an Airbnb here. So I told other people it's not available. And I asked the landlord to hold off and wait for him. So I waited for about a whole week, and then the guy got back to me after about a week. And then he said to me, okay, I'm going to send the money. Then he couldn't send the money because Western Union wouldn't allow him to for some reason. He got someone else to send the money. He didn't send enough. And then it was just all of this back and forth stuff. Okay, this could be a story time. But he ended up losing it because he didn't do it right. If you guys are going to come here and you're going to get an Airbnb, you have to make sure you send your deposit to hold it. And you say exactly what month you want that place for. Then what you do is you use a person like myself. You send me the money and I go pick up the items for you that you need for that Airbnb. This particular Airbnb didn't need anything. It had everything that you need. But if you need me to go do things for you, of course, there's a fee. I have to go to the Western Union, pick up the money, and then I have to go get the products you're looking for, whether they're towels and sheets. And I shop very, very inexpensively for you. I'm not trying to import things from Santo Domingo or Santiago or Canada or America. I know exactly where to go to buy some products that will hold your place together until you get here. You don't even have to be here for it to start running. I send you the photos, I send you the videos, you put it up on your Airbnb page, and you start rolling. And it's always good to get self check-in and self checkout, so you don't have to hire anyone to go in there and do anything. You just have a maid to go in there after each time when your client leaves. And if it's a good enough maid, she will know exactly what's missing and what needs to be replaced and everything of that nature. If you're doing an Airbnb, you have to be on point and you have to know exactly what it needs. You don't need to be here to get it. You don't need to be here to start it. But you do need to know that you have to be on top of it. People here have certain needs and they're very easy all around the world. So that's another business that everyone wants to get into. And I'm not saying that it's not good. All I'm saying is don't make it harder than what it is. Just get your Airbnb and don't be like, okay, I'll be in town next month and I'll see if I like it. It's not going to be here next month. If you have the chance to get your hands on an Airbnb, it is sometimes best to rent it. And even if you're not going to be here for 3 months, let it make some money for you before you even get here in the 3 months. Find somebody that you can trust and let them know that, yes, you are allowed to Airbnb it with no worries. You have to ask the landlord or the representative, but don't look at it like you have to be here to do it, because you don't. Airbnb businesses here run on their own. You just do it online and you're good. I know so many people that buy places, never mind sublease, buy places online because they've been here before and they know the certain general area and they're like, I'm buying that right now. It's only 50,000. Some people are even I have a deal right now where you put down 30,000, 30% of the overall price, and you can buy something and you're good. I have another place right now that's going for 70,000 right over here across the street up by Superpola grocery store in a tourist area, and the guy is offering owner financing. I don't even know what to say about that. Owner financing is like even way better than a mortgage. A lot of people don't touch it because they feel like, oh my gosh, it's not, they're afraid. But owner financing is pretty much you put down a certain percentage and then you pay every month. But what's paying your Airbnb for you every month is your Airbnb clients. So Airbnb is a way that you guys can make money. I do consultations on that where I can give you more information, what areas. There's a lot of you guys may find your own Airbnbs without me, but you may be thinking, what is the area like? How much money can you make on it? Also, not only how much money can you make on it, but how many people can you put in there in a month? Will you even get a good turnover? We'll discuss things like this during consultations. And now being here and doing the business for 4 years, I'm pretty well versed on what areas are going to book quickly, what areas are just going to be a waste of your time and your money, and then also what areas are really good for what people in target market. For instance, if you don't want anyone that's bringing in girls, then that means you don't need a place that's guest friendly. Okay, guest friendly just means girls, a guy feeling free to bring in the girls. Anytime a guy messages me, he doesn't say to me, is it okay if I bring in working girls? No, he doesn't say that to me. He says to me in a very, respectful tone, he says, is it guest friendly? Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm going to get to your questions in a minute. But I just need to know you guys can hear me because, again, the volume was not good and I need to know you guys can hear me because this is important information for you guys coming here and you want to make money. You can make good money here if you just hear me out on this. All right. So first, again, don't bring sand to the beach. Clothing stores, everyone and their grandmother wants to open up a clothing store and everyone wants to open up a restaurant. If you're opening up a restaurant, make sure that it's something that is completely new. I know of a restaurant that's very popular in Canada, and you guys can hear me. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, I know of a restaurant that's very popular in Canada, and they don't have it here in Sosua, and it wouldn't take much to put it together. And I'm going to put it right out here right now for you guys because this is what the video is about. A Korean barbecue business. Meat here, chicken is getting expensive, but the meat here is not as expensive as it would be back in Canada. You just get yourself a butcher somewhere and you get yourself a place like this with some nice background, like turf grass, some nice music playing in the background, some beautiful trees. I'm going to turn the camera around just so you guys can get a good view for those of you who are just signing in. You know, like look at that. All you need is that's fake grass right there. And that's all you need is just some fake grass, some umbrellas, some nice chairs. The weather's usually pretty good here, and you can have your Korean barbecue, have some craft beer, and you are good. That will be a business that will draw in foreigners. I'm telling you right now. We don't have Korean barbecue here. It does not have to be a Chinese food restaurant type of thing. Although Chinese food restaurant is always good and everyone's always looking for Chinese food restaurant too. If you are a good Chinese cook, whether you're Chinese or not, but if you can cook real good Chinese food and you can really pull off a Korean restaurant idea, that is necessary because that will be a restaurant that's not going to repeat. That's not going to be bringing sand to the beach. So that's just in regards to restaurants. But there's a lot of people who are very good cooks and they're like, I want to open up a restaurant. Well, you know what? You got to give the people what they want. And there's too many hamburger joints here already. There's too many, regular cafes, pizzerias. Right now, I'm sitting at a pizzeria. Right, they have a pizza oven. They also have a pizza oven on the beach. They have a pizza oven, another pizza place closer to the beach. Like they're everywhere, right? So I am suggesting to you, think outside of the box. Think outside of the box. Offer something new here because people do like to spend money on food. People do like to spend money on entertainment. And, just you don't have to get a big spot, but a small spot if it's a restaurant. So far, I just covered a few of the ideas, which is clothing and then also Airbnb and restaurants. And then, of course, there's a lot of people that want to do things like hair for ladies, wigs and stuff of that nature. The ladies are pretty resourceful and they usually have their finger on the pulse. They know exactly where to go get their products. Yes, it is a big business, but unless you are selling wholesale and unless you are, pretty much like not selling in bulk, you probably aren't going to sell a lot in retail. Think bulk, think wholesale, think wholesale. I can't stress that enough because then you can sell on consignment. Especially if you're doing wholesale, you just put your own name on the package with a sticker, and then you go around to all the hair stores, to all the barber shops, to all the restaurants, and you say to them, hey, I have this product. If I can leave it here at your place on consignment, when you sell one, you give me my money. And that's it. You don't even have to have your own place. You don't even have to have anything. Even if it comes to a restaurant, let's say you cook a real good burger. And you cook really good burgers, then you can just make your burgers at home and go sit down with a restaurant that may not have a burger on their menu or whatever, and you tell them that you will make your own burgers, you will provide the own meat, but they have to sell them on their menu. You have to think outside the box to make money here. Money can be made in the Dominican Republic. But you have to hustle just as hard as the Dominicans hustle. The Dominicans hustle. I hustle. I've never hustled so much before I moved here. I'm not here on a pension. My government gives me no money. Actually, this year on my taxes, I'm paying Canada. And I don't mind, because, well, I think, most people here, they just say they're making $0. Right? Because they're not making any Canadian dollars. But I am a soul coach and I still do make Canadian money. So I have to be honest with all that. You know what I mean? And so I know people here who have businesses and they're not making Canadian money, but they just tell the Canadian government that they make $0. Because it's true. They're not making any Canadian money. So they don't do their taxes. Now, it's... A lot of people do want to save money when they come here, and I get that, but you have to hustle. Like I said, I didn't hustle so much before I came here. I was a writer. I wrote for a lot of magazines in the past, a lot of newspapers in the past, and I'm a soul coach, and, I promote. Once I got here and I decided that I was going to stay my life started to change. And although I could survive on my life coaching, like on my soul coaching, I just started to see other ways to make money. And then it started to turn into something else and something else and something else. I mean, I do consultations with my soul coaching on the phone, on WhatsApp. So I thought, you know what? So many people are contacting me about information about coming here, and they have so many questions. And most of them, they'd be like, "Can you give me a call right now?" And I'm like, "No, I can't call you right now because this conversation is going to turn into 10, 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour, because I love to talk and I love to give information. If you want my time, if you want me to call you, then book a session, book a consultation." And so my consultations, I cover everything, and I put you in contact with all my contacts: barbers, lawyers, doctors, bank managers, and even jewelers, whoever you're looking for. And not only that, I also send you a couple of options that you can rent as a place, or a couple of options that you can buy. And so I do consultations. I make a little bit of money with that. I make a little bit of money renting out apartments, my finder's fees. I make a little bit of money, obviously in real estate, you sell something, right? You get that commission. What else? My soul coaching. I mean, there's just so many different ways here. But I stepped into the real estate arena, and I don't really get into anything else. I would never open up. I tried opening up a restaurant here, and it was very slow. And the only way that I could actually get sales was promoting it on my YouTube channel. And then also, sometimes I would do like really low, cheap drinks, getting people in for 80 pesos Cuba Libres, which is rum and coke. And people would come in for the 80 pesos. It's $1.60 for a rum and coke. And I mean, obviously, it's not a lot of money that was being put back into the restaurant. But I did notice that the people that were going in there for those cheap drinks were only drinking. They were only going in for the cheap drinks. You put a special out for cheap drinks, people are going to go in there to save money. If you have a cheap menu, then not so expensive menu, then that's going to work for you. My suggestion for you, if you are going to use the drinks to get people in, then put something on the table where it's going to be free food. And this is how I made money at my restaurant without even having to promote very much all the time on my YouTube channel, because I didn't want my YouTube channel to become just about the restaurant, right? What I did was I put out free popcorn. Back in the day, people would, during the Depression, right? In order for restaurants to make money, they would sell the beer, but then they would put peanuts out for their customers, free peanuts. Now, peanuts are a little bit expensive, so you don't want to be putting free peanuts out for everyone. But that's what people would do, put out free peanuts. And when someone would get thirsty, they would drink more. Now, when it comes to popcorn, popcorn is empty. You just put some good pop. I love popcorn. You guys that know me, you guys know I make probably some of the best popcorn. And that's something that I'm looking into right now, selling popcorn. Right? But they sell popcorn here too, but not my popcorn. I sell nice popcorn, and not sweet popcorn, savory. So, if you're a restaurant, contact me and I'll bring the popcorn over to you. When I had a kitchen, not the restaurant, but after my restaurant, I went to a kitchen with my ex, and we just rented out the kitchen of a bar. I served free popcorn during karaoke and free popcorn and everything. And they were like, "This popcorn's good." It worked so well that even after I left that kitchen and I went and visited that bar, like a year later, during karaoke, the ladies brought out popcorn. And I was like, "Oh, you like my idea, do you?" Right? But popcorn is so inexpensive. If you have a restaurant, popcorn, people aren't allergic to it. Use your brain. Think outside the box. Give things free. People are coming in for cheap drinks. They're probably not going to want to eat. Get them eating. Okay? Because I'm not a person that likes to eat when I'm drinking. I will buy my food. Everyone knows I take my food to go home. Para J Bar. Even right now, I'm going to get a Cobb salad here. But when I leave, I'm taking it to go home. Everything I bring home from my dog and me to eat and chill out and watch a little TV together. I love enjoying my food with my dog. I just love eating with her. And she loves it when she sees me come in with a takeout bag because there's always something for her. So for me, it's something personal. But when I'm out drinking, I don't feel like, oh, I'm going to have a nice bite to eat now. But if someone puts popcorn on the table, I'm going to eat because I love popcorn. And you would be surprised how many people love popcorn. And they will just drink their beer and they can smell the popcorn. If it's buttery, savory, if it's sweet, chances are then it's not going to make them any more hungry. But buttery, savory, whatever spices you put on it, herbs you put on it, they're going to take a piece. They're going to have conversation with their friend. It's free. They're going to eat the whole bowl. And then they're going to get hungry because that's one thing about popcorn. It's empty and it goes in and it just shrinks up, but then you can eat after that, you know? So make sure that if you are doing that, you're going to open a restaurant, step outside the box. Korean restaurant, Korean barbecue. Those little barbecues are, you can just cut a hole out in a table and just put one of those hibachi barbecues right there. It'll be like nothing for you to do that. And that was very popular in Toronto. So now, okay, we covered clothing, we covered restaurants. Again, I already said that. Cellular phones. Cellular phones are an okay business here, but the Dominicans have it on lock. And there's a guy over there walking by right now, but and the Haitians have the supplies on lock. Okay, so they walk around with it in the streets. They have all the cords. They have all the phone covers for almost every single phone that exists right now. The popular phones, and even sometimes the phone that's not so popular. And they have all the little fancy, cool stuff. And if you don't get it from them, then someone's going to go to China Tienda and buy it. So cell phone supplies, you can even get at the dollar store. Okay, so it's just not something that is big here. Now, cellular phones themselves can be a big business, and but you have to line it up right. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's so many different cellular phone stores here, everywhere, and I haven't seen anyone get rich off them at all. You can get a cellular phone online from China, but for instance, if it's over $200, you have to pay taxes on it. And chances are you can sell it for probably 15,000 pesos, $300, if it's an okay phone that you bought for like $80. But you're not just going to get one delivered to you. So let's say you find a really good deal in China and you're buying something like a cell phone for $80. You're going to want to buy at least maybe 5 of them, right? Sell each one for like maybe $250. That's what they do here. But when you get it shipped in, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. And then as well, how many people need a cell phone every single day? It's not something that gets sold that often, right? Because cell phones last for a relatively good time. Again, if it's a cell phone supply store, like anything like that, no one's going to take time to go to your cellular phone supply store when they're sitting at any bar and a Haitian walks by this side, that side, the other side, with a whole entire cart full of supplies that you may need, even screen covers. Okay, so that one there, it could be something, but I don't think you're going to sell in volumes enough to be able to make money. Now, there's things that I would encourage you guys to do to make your fortune, and that is focus online and hustle with all types of different things. So if you're going to open a restaurant, then take advantage of opening a restaurant with other people. Have some partners. Of course, you're not going to make a lot of money right away when you have partners, but it's not to open a restaurant and make money right away. Most businesses don't make money until after 2 years. If you open a business with, let's say you're a guy or you're a girl listening to this right now and you have a partner or maybe 4 partners, that always changes after 2 years anyway. Some people lose interest in coming to the Dominican Republic. They love it one day and then they decide that They're not going to come here another day because maybe they had a bad experience, or maybe they just got tired of traveling, or maybe they're older and they have a health concern and they can't come as much, or maybe they found a love in the country they came from and they decided that they're going to stay in that country. Things always change. It's a very transient place. It's a tourist attraction here, the number one tourist attraction in the Dominican Republic. Therefore, that means visitors in and out. So if you have the opportunity to open up a business and invest with other people, don't sit on it, because probably in 2 years from now, they're going to either buy you out or you're going to buy them out. And not only that, it may not be like that. You guys may all just prosper from it and sell it for something. And of course, in 2 years from now, the whole entire Sosua is going to be different. So there's going to be a lot of money that can be made in the future when it comes to that. But remember, always look for a partner. The reason why is because they can run things when you're not here. Partnerships don't always roll right, and you're going to argue with people. There's always going to be disagreements. But as long as you are a cool-tempered person and you get into business with a cool-tempered person, and you guys understand the lessons in life, and you guys understand that nothing's going to be perfect, then eventually you guys will definitely be able to work the business out. Now, if your partner does buy you out, then you'll get your money back. If you do buy your partner out, that means the business made money and you can buy your partner out, right? Now, the thing is this too, if you do have a partner, you're not going to lose that much money in the end if the restaurant doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? Or not even only restaurant, just anything. But you do want to look at things like construction. That's why a lot of people are trying to get into real estate. Now, buying land and building is one of the things that a lot of people are doing here. They're like wanting to buy up a lot. Excuse me. Just want to do my check-in and make sure you guys can hear me. Tim Hortons. Someone just said Tim Hortons. No, we got a lot of coffee shops here, and really, really good coffee shops, like cafes that Dominicans have, and they're amazing. Tim Hortons got nothing on the Dominican cafes here. But oh, I forgot what I was just about to say now. Maybe you guys can remind me as you're telling me that you can still hear me. Oh yes, that's it. Construction. A lot of people want to come here and they're like, okay, you know what? I want to buy a piece of land and I want to build a building with 6 apartments in it, 4 apartments in it. And I think that is a great idea, right? But it also depends on where you build. Again, like I said earlier in the video, it all depends on where you're building, because where you're building is what your target market is, who your target market is. If you're building all the way out in Cabarete and it's not where the tourist area is, the beach or anything of that nature, your target market's not going to be somebody here that wants to rent an Airbnb for a week at all. That's not going to be your target market. Your target market will be people that are coming here to live, have vehicles, and want to visit the beach area on their days off, or maybe just every now and again, and they don't need to live so close to the beach. But again, through consultations, I can get more into that. But just more into the building supplies. There are only a few construction stores here, right? I'm looking at one over there. There's a paint shop. And then there's there's a few. I mean, there's obviously a lot where you can go off the beaten path and go buy cement and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is like real places where people can go and get things on consignment as they're building and stuff of that nature. A lot of people go to Santo Domingo to bring in their supplies and everything of that nature, or they order them online and get them delivered here. But that is a business that you guys can definitely get into if you are a person that has any type of experience in the construction industry, or if you are interested in doing something like that. Look into it, because this place is building up and this place is going to need more and more supplies. One day you may be thanking me for this when I see you. You may be like, Cerise, you know what? I did that idea you said and it worked out and you made your fortune. Because you have to look at what's making money now and think outside the box. Real estate is making money. Not everyone. A few years ago, people could go and they could buy a piece of land really, really inexpensively, and then the supplies here were also inexpensive, and so they could build something very inexpensively. Right now, the supplies are going up in price, and so is the land. So that's why I also, during my consultations, I encourage people to move into certain different areas where I am predicting and where I'm also pushing people to buy and to rent. Okay, because not everybody wants to rent in Sosua. Some people, it's not convenient for them. If I didn't have the lifestyle that I have, like single lifestyle, doing a lot of business here, also doing a lot of promotions for restaurants, and also my television show. And if I had, a relationship, I would most likely be living in the countryside in a beautiful, sustainable home. I probably would have, bought land by now and built just a 2-bedroom bungalow. Nothing grand, nothing big, nothing for Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying to you guys. It depends on the target market. As I am saying this to you right now, of talking about construction, I just want to turn this camera around. Hopefully it doesn't get shaky and shady. But look at this right here. I'm going to move the camera very, very carefully. There's a truck right there with a lot of bricks on it. And they're bringing it in, and they're most likely that someone ordered those bricks, and that's construction. You guys hear all the noise in the background? There's 2 things that you're going to hear more of. And hold on. Hold on. There's 2 things that you're going to hear a lot here. You're going to hear a lot of trucks in the background, and you're going to hear a lot of motoconchos in the background. Motorcycles. Motorcycle is a good business here. Mechanic motorcycle is a good business here. You hear that? Trucks. Think outside the box. Think trucks. Anything with trucks are going to make you a fortune. Anything you're importing for construction is going to make you a fortune. Well, we just know that construction, that's not a secret, right? Construction from all around the world is lucrative. Even construction workers themselves in Canada make a lot of money. Hey guys, I just want to say I'm going to answer all the questions in a minute. I just want to do the check-in to see if you guys can hear me. So yeah, construction is amazing. And again, just to back up for those of you who are just tuning in right now, yes, clothing stores, people want to start that. It's not that it won't be lucrative, it's just that competition is going to be fierce. Okay, competition is good for business, and if you don't have some type of niche product, some type of unique product, then chances are you're not going to make a fortune. Like even in Toronto, clothing that makes a fortune is usually a brand name, one brand name, like Lululemon, yoga clothing for women, stuff like that. It has to be something very unique and out of the box. So here, there's another thing. Now, clothing stores, if you really want to open up clothing stores, don't think, thank you for letting me know you can hear, Colin, but don't think, oh, clothing, no. Don't get negative about it, but kids clothing. I'm giving you guys a lot of gems here right now, and this is another gem right here. Kids clothing. People love their children here. And although expats may be your target market, and a lot of expats, they come here with their kids and stuff, and they can all shop in the secondhand stores and everything. A lot of women that have children with foreigner men, they take their husbands to stores like Jumbo and stuff because they want their children to wear the best. They don't want to go to secondhand stores, so they're going to make their husbands and their boyfriends spend top dollars on children's clothing. Right? So a children's store. I don't see any children's store here in Sosua, obviously, because it's not really babyish here. But with the president changing everything now, And with everything changing, with families coming, more families, then a baby shop will be amazing for strollers and bibs and even consignment. Like, maybe someone can rent a stroller from you for like 8 months and then return it to you or whatever. Think outside the box. That is it. Baby clothing, like Thursday, I want you guys to watch my channel on Thursday, and I'm going to be putting up a video that I had a guest on Living Good. I have a television talk show by the name of Living Good. And on that talk show last week, I had a little guy come on. He's 7 years old. He's the son of my Bitcoin expert that I bring on. Sometimes I bring on a guy that talks about finances and inflation and recession and all that stuff, Felipe. And Felipe brought his son to set. And I was like, I want him to come on as my guest. And he sat on my show. I'm putting it up on Thursday. And he did such a good job. I'm so proud of him. 7-year-old guest, and he is the future. He speaks 3 languages. He speaks French, Dominican, and English. And he's an amazing guy, little kid. And this is what I'm saying to you guys. Think outside the box. Don't just think about the ladies. Don't just think, oh, hair. There's ladies there. Tights. There's ladies there. Nails. They have their good dealers on lockdown. They all have their favorite salons they like to go to. People who do their hair, and they're not trying to do it all the way here in Sosua where it's more expensive. They do that stuff where I live. Los Charamicos, or they even go to their friend's house to do it in Callejon de la Loma. They know who's going to do their hair. And I know a lot of you guys have really good ideas about that. But unless you're going to be a wholesaler, and unless you're going to go around to shop and say, hey, here's a wig, because you can get some really nice lace front wigs for really inexpensively in China and get it delivered here. And you just go to EPS and pick it up, and then you can go hustle it. Or if you're on your way down here, you just bring them in a suitcase. Wigs are very important here. They are, but you have to make sure you buy them wholesale in order for you to sell them and get a profit. You get what I mean? Buy them wholesale. That means you are buying at least 100 at a time, or 25. You can probably buy them at a time, but 100 at a time. And some of them are like anywhere from $9.99 to about $25 in China. And then you can sell a nice lace front wig for probably about a good $60 or whatever. So you can double your money easily in the hair industry. But it's not just so you can start up a shop, because no one's going to know you're there, and no one's going to care that you're there when everyone's going around to their favorite places. They're not going to stop and be like, oh, that's a nice wig shop. A lot of people are like, I already get my deal. You get what I'm saying? So if you're going to do that, then be a wholesaler and forget about opening up a shop until you're actually making money on your product. Unless you're getting a really good deal for a shop and people can go to your place and as a cash and carry, what we used to call in Canada when I used to do a wholesale business in Canada. What I'm saying here, I've done in Canada. So I already know what I'm talking about. I've bought wholesale all my life for businesses in Canada. I used to do other things in Canada, just like, little businesses, fun things and stuff. But they were trendy things. They were trending, and then the trend dropped off. So what I'm saying to you here, get in on trends if that's what you want to do to make a good dollar. But if it's not going to be a trend and it's just going to be something that you see is used here a lot, then you're going to have to at least become a wholesaler of it, because you have that advantage to do that as a foreigner. Your money, especially if you're American, your money is worth a lot more, and that way you can get it all delivered right here. Again, you go to EPS and you pick it up, no matter what it is. You can even be a supplier for cool things, really cool things here. Like Nelson's Bistro, where I'm at right now. Before, I don't know if they have it now, but I don't think they do. Can you see? This one doesn't. But before, they used to have a little button here, and you press the button and it would go to the smartwatch of the server. They have one over there and on the other table. It's just not one here. But someone would press the button right there, and it would digitally notify the server, and the server would come straight to the table because the server got it on the watch. That's almost so inexpensive to do. You know what I mean? Get these things programmed. Get your QR codes. Make sure you do that. My new business that I'm going to be doing here, and I'm just going to put it out there right now, is going to be business cards. I'm going to sell business cards, but some really nice business cards with your QR codes on them, laminated in thick and also metal, really nice, flexible business cards. Sexy, sleek, beautiful. And I have them ordered right now, and I'm going to be selling them. But that's because I already do have a market for that. I do business, and I know I talk to a lot of business people, and all you need is just one metal card with your QR code on it, and you can tap it onto anyone's cell phone. Or if you want to buy 100 of them, you can get 100 of them, and everyone knows that the thicker your card and the more unique your business card is, the more your business is going to grab attention and attraction. So everything I do has to do with real estate business and stuff like that. And I don't really like to buy a lot of supplies, but I'm also going to be getting into another thing that I'm going to launch probably in about another month from now. I don't want to say what that is because I'm talking too much about the things that I plan on doing with me. And this is something that's very special to my heart, and it's just something very simple. And I'm going to be selling it, and I'm hoping that the male market will pick up on it, the male foreigner men coming here. So this is what you guys have to do. Think outside the box. Don't just look at what Dominicans need, because if you're only relying on Dominicans to buy your product, they may not be able to afford your product. And if you're looking to sell clothing and Jordans, they have a knockoff store everywhere for Jordans. They have knockoff stores, and Dominicans, some of them, they have the money to buy a pair of Jordans because they'll work for it, or their boyfriend or their girlfriend will buy it for them. But, they don't know they're getting a knockoff version of Jordans. They don't know, because some of these places, of course, people will buy it from China and sell it here. They have knockoff versions of cell phones as well, So you have to be very logical in what you're buying and what your target market is. So hair, salons. Now, my other thing is, if you don't want to start a business here, and you're just like, that's just a lot of work, a lot of, looking for wholesalers, looking for a place to rent, also getting in supplies all the time, stocking your counters and everything. It may be something that you are not into. It may be something that you're just like, yeah, not my flex, but you still want to come here and make money. That means there's a couple of other options right now that I'll give you. So some of those options are, one, make some money doing they call it like a calling center. They have calling centers here. Now, they don't pay as much as they would at regular calling centers in Canada, I guess. I don't know how much they pay, but I know it is minimum wage in Canada, calling centers. But you can get a calling center job and work from home here in the Dominican Republic, and work for a calling center that's based out of Santo Domingo. There's a lot of calling centers here, and also you can find any one of them online. You can also teach online. Now, there are some sites out there, and you can just Google this, and I did a video on this a while ago actually, and you can just Google translate for Asians. So there are a lot of, for instance, there's this one app that you speak to Chinese people in China, and they pay you according to your conversation. They don't pay you just to teach them. They already learned English. What they're trying to do is get someone that they can speak with. So they want to speak to you about everyday things. They want to have a conversation. And people pay for that. Big top dollars in China. And so get connected with them. When you get a consultation with me, I give you all that information if that's what you're interested in, working from home. Also, Amazon FBA. I have a friend here that he advertises with me on Living Good, and his name is Wayne, and he is awesome, and he's an FBA specialist. I can connect you with him. You can do a course with him online, and he can teach you how to sell on Amazon. Now, the reason why I'm really endorsing this is because people buy online here. I do. I'm waiting for 35 packages right now. Since I had my talk show, I order all my tops online. Like, this is the thing, I want different tops, and the thing is that it's hard sometimes just to go into somewhere. I don't want to buy all of it from La Puga, the secondhand store, and everything like that, right? And I cannot buy anything green, and I don't want to wear the same top over and over on my talk show. Last week I put out something with a Gucci top, right? Different colored Gucci top that I have, and it was with an Airbnb guy, James Allen. And so this Thursday, I'm going to be putting out a video with the same top. But that's because it was aired during the same show. But I'm very cognizant of the fact of not wearing the same top all the time. Like, so I always try to wear a different top on set during my show. And so far, in the last 5 months that I've had my show, 5 months, February, March, April, May, June, July, yeah, 5 months pretty much that I've had my show, I probably wore a top once, doubled up once. And I have like tops galore coming in to EPS. I'm at EPS almost every single day getting tops. I have 35 packages right now that I'm waiting on. And one of those packages are going to be one of my new businesses anyway. But EPS is a place, for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to explain it to you. We have EPS, CPS, we have other places here. Now here we don't have a federal mailing system. So we have to have an American address. It's like a cargo address based out of Miami. So EPS gives you a free address. You just go in there with your passport. You don't have to be scared or worried that you order something really expensive and it's not going to come in. It's all legal. Everything's going to be all right. You can trust it. EPS is an upstanding organization. You can even look at it online, EPS, and the owner is Angie Wolf. She also runs Universal Insurance. I get my health insurance from her, and it's a great organization, and I have been delivering packages online and having them sent to EPS for the last 4 years, and I've never had an issue ever. So what happens is they tell you when you order your package, you can track it. Then it gets to Miami. Once it gets to Miami, EPS lets you know through email. And it says your package has arrived. And it tells you when it arrived into Miami, when it's getting on the boat to come here, when it's going through customs, and then when it's being delivered to EPS, and then it will tell you when it is available. And it takes about 3 days to come here from Miami. Okay, so pretty good deal. And that's what most of us do. I would say if you're looking to get money from the expats and make a fortune, then you want to do something online and offer online something. So that's why I'm saying Amazon is a cool way to do it, because you can just get your product sent to Amazon. You can live here. You don't even need to touch a package when you're dealing with FBA. And you can get your packages sent to Amazon. And then someone orders from Amazon and Amazon delivers it to your client, no matter where they are around the world. You do not need to deliver it from here. You don't even touch your packages. I'm going to have, when I get up on Amazon, which I'm going to be doing as well, I had a couple ideas, but I'm so busy and I've really been holding off on getting on Amazon a few times. I used to be on Amazon years ago when it came to selling my books, but these days I want to sell a few products. And so I already know what I'm going to sell. It's just a matter of me. You know what? Honestly, I'm looking for business people. I'm looking for people that can invest with me. It's my idea. So I will do all the ordering. I will make sure all the shipping is done right. I will do all the marketing. They just come and they invest a certain amount, and then we all distribute the money evenly. I want to sell it on Amazon. And these products I know will sell on Amazon because I've done my research. So, wow, this huge truck over here. See, guys, construction. I just want to go back to, that's one of the main things you do want to do here, construction. There's another truck coming in right now. Look at right there. Can you guys see it? Ooh, they're taking off the top of the tree. Ooh, oh no. Those bricks, I hope those bricks don't all fall off. Oh no. Uh-oh. They don't even look like they're secured on there. I don't see any straps. Hold on. Oh no. That would be a really bad disaster. Anyway, you guys know me. I love to people watch. They got it. They just got it back up a little bit more again. Hold on, guys. All right. I don't want to watch anyone else's demise if that's going to be it. But that's an awful lot of bricks right there. And that means, and you guys just saw the last delivery that just came in. So construction is a big thing here. Oh, they got it. Oh, oh, oh. Did you guys hear that? They almost got it. They got it now. Thank God. Dominicans are amazing when they really work with what they got. Okay, so yes, online you will make a lot of money, especially if you are marketing here and marketing to everyone else around the world. But when you do come here and you do want to make money, you have to hustle in different little things. Like, you know, especially if you have like something to do with construction or if you build an Airbnb, you have to hustle every single day of the week. Maybe not Sundays, but be open to hustling. Be open to it. It's an amazing thing. Okay, got a lot of messages here. I'm going to go through them really quickly. Joanne, thank you so much. You're awesome speaking Spanish. Thank you. Thank you. This blouse I ordered online, guys. It's silk, and I might even sell them here because they're really nice. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Now I'm good. Okay. Yes, way better now. All right. Perfect now. Okay. Can't wait till I meet you, Marshall's Entertainment. Can't wait till I meet you in August. Oh, I'm looking forward to it as well. Colin Harder, how are you? Colin says, very interested in today's topic and need for video producer, editor, graphic. Oh, any need for that. Absolutely. Video producer, editor, graphic designer, and IT specialists. Absolutely. Project managers in the Dominican Republic. Okay, this is a great site, a great question, because yes, there is a need for that, because even where I'm, in my world, I mean, television, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of television stations here, and there's people that are always looking for something. Oh my gosh, even if you do promotions for restaurants and stuff of that nature, there's a lot of people that make commercials here. I make commercials for people. A lot of the commercials that are on my show, I've made the commercials for them, but I do my own voiceover, and then I also just use like an app on my cell phone. But like there's some really nice commercials that you can sell to people. Do a commercial of their place, and they will love it, and to be able to put it on TV. And then also, of course, IT. A lot of people here are working online, and they just, it's so important for them to be able to go somewhere and get their machine fixed properly. And not only that, a lot of the times they want someone to go into their home and fix whatever. IT is really important for so many different reasons, because a lot of people work online here, and you could definitely make money doing that. But what you want to do is promote in the proper places before you even get here, and get some clients lined up before you even get here. What you want to do when you guys get a consultation with me, I give you the names of the groups that you guys can go on, and you guys can network before you even come here. Introduce yourself to these people in the groups. Tell them who you are. Tell them when you're coming. Give them your personality. Like, let them know. Like, build a rapport with them before you come, because that's what expats are all about. There's a guy here who is a real estate agent, and he's been making really good money lately, but he sells like what we back in the day, my son bought one. He called it a black box. This guy calls it an internet box. And you buy the internet box, you get really, really good, powerful internet service and cable for the year, and you just pay one price for the whole entire year instead of paying, one of the service companies here monthly. And so he does that. Even though he has a real estate business, he sells these boxes and goes in and hooks it up at your house and makes sure that he helps you to maintain it and everything. And he makes a good dollar with that. But even him, he's a hustler, And I actually told him that I was going to make some flyers for him and start selling them with him, because I have a lot of people that have villas. Look, there's another truck coming now full of bricks. They're building things here. So construction is really important. And Colin, just along with that construction, there's just more tourists coming in, more people coming in that actually need internet service, that are going to have computers, that are going to have smart homes. There's a lot of smart homes coming these days as well, because people are very pampered and it's so easy for them just to have a smart home. IT is very important anywhere around the world, but especially here. Dominicans are very digital. Dominicans love their cell phones. They love their devices, everything. But expats as well. I Smoke Entertainment says, what are the best sites for finding listings such as villas? Well, if I was to tell you that right now, then it wouldn't make sense. That's what I help you guys with, right? But the best sites I find are, I don't want to name any because there are a few that I'm not cool with. There's one very popular one that a lot of people will send me a listing from, and I'm like, okay, and I will contact them. And I don't want to say their name because it's a small town here and I don't want to dash away anybody else's money. But this is the thing. They will say, oh, this beautiful condo is for sale and it's only $40,000 and it's a current listing. Now, granted, I do have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where it's from 2 years ago and a place was like $40,000 or whatever. But I leave those videos up as a point of reference for the future, where we can see how the Dominican Republic used to be in regards to how it's going to be. And we can always look back. It's kind of like a point of reference thing. But you guys can look and see the date when the video was up. You guys will see that it says 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, right? And if it's something for sale that's that cheap and it was 2 years ago, chances are it's already gone. So I'm not playing games with you guys. But a lot of the times you guys will say to me, is this still available? And I'll say, no, it's not, but contact me because I have other things. And I always get you to contact me through my WhatsApp. Because once you contact me, I can put you in contact with the seller. Most places are either through, most likely, owners. But I have lately been working with real estate agents as well, because I want to offer you guys a lot of things across the board. So any sites when it comes to villas, it could be that you contact the site and they'll be like, oh, that's sold, but I have another one available and we can offer you financing. And when you're looking at something for like $50,000 and then all of a sudden they're going to say that you can put $50,000 down, but here's a place that's $200,000 and they show you this beautiful place that you can just pay off slowly, that is their clickbait. I'm not saying that it would turn out bad for you, because if you only can invest $50,000 right now and you're looking for a villa that's like $250,000 and you can rent that out if it's in a really good area and it will pay for itself every month and you don't have to worry about anything, then of course it's obviously a good investment. But you don't want to necessarily trust all those sites either. And again, I'm not trying to put down any of those sites at all, because that's not what this video is about, to bash anyone. But it is to say that you do need to be just a little bit, logical. Be logical. If you have someone like me on videos saying that the average price of a condo in Sosua now is $80,000 and up, and then you see something that's being sold for $40,000, come on. That's not going to make sense, because any real estate agent would just pick that up right away and sell it for double the price. No. Anything you're finding online that seems too good to be true is too good to be true. All that glitters is not gold. So even if I was to tell you a few sites, I don't work with them. So I'm not going to endorse them. I hustle on my own. And when I'm walking down the street and when I see something that says for sale, I'm knocking on doors. I'm beating the concrete and I'm speaking to the owners, or I will get the number, call the number, and I'm speaking to the representatives. I'm not going online and looking for people. And not only that, I have some clients that will send me the links. I will contact a few of these places and say, hi, in Sosua. And I'll be like, hi, my name is Cerise Fairfax, and I'm very nice to them, very kind to them. Some of them won't respond. And why? Because they know that who I am. They know that I am in Sosua and I've been here long enough for my name to be known. And they know they're not going to mess with me because they know that I'm a straightforward person. And when they come back at me and say, oh, Cerise, that one's gone, they know I'm going to say to them, okay, well, what else do you have in that price range? And they're going to say, well, nothing in that price range. Then take that listing down because it's gone. Again, I have videos that are gone and I'm not going to take them down, but that's because it's a personal point of reference where I'm showing you guys what used to be there. And those videos are more to show you guys not only what used to be there and those prices, but also they are my memories. And also they show you what is available in regards to decor and how the places look here in the Dominican Republic, right? So a lot of the times, real estate agents that are not being honest and they're posting stuff like that to people like you who don't know what you're dealing with, you got to be really careful. Remember, all that glitters isn't gold. At the same time, there's not too much crookedness going on. A lot of people think this is crooked, that's crooked, and don't get caught up in the negative thinking either. Okay. So any listings that you guys need, get a consultation with me. Tell me what your budget is, and we can get you all set up on all of that. And then Al Bryant says hi. Yes, you good? Okay, Colin. I thought you were going to say Tim Hortons. Time to expat. Hola, how you doing? Time to expat. Colin Harder, I can hear. Okay, virtual hits. You should charge for this or charge for your private consultation. I do charge for my private consultations, and not only that. In the near future, and probably about another month from now, I'm going to have an online course where I'm going to teach people what I'm doing and how to do it and where my resources are. And it's going to be like through online course, like webinars and stuff like that. I don't want to make it like too hard for people. I don't want to do too much scheduling either. So I'm thinking I'm just going to make a series of videos and put that out there, and then they purchase the series of videos. And I'm going to do a beginner's level, I'm going to do an Airbnb level, I'm going to have all types of different examples for everyone else, which I don't want to talk too much about right now because you don't tell your left hand what your right hand's doing. But I am going to be offering private, not just consultations, but courses for people that already know they want to come, they already know they want to invest, they already are all aware of what they want, but they just need that little extra bit of information or that little extra kick in order for them to get in gear on it. But yes, my consultations, I do charge for $65 for a half an hour, $90 for an hour, and we go over everything. Amber Gold says, oh, hey, Amber. Cerise, you look amazing. Can you do hair products videos someday? We have the same hair texture. I definitely will, girl. Today my hair is just a little bit dry, but look at how long it's been getting lately too. And it's all because of my natural hair products that I have here, which I'm in the process of bottling right now. Look at this tree behind me. Doesn't it look lovely? Looks like a little bit of bamboo, but it's not. Okay. Shay Star. Hola, Shay Star. And then Amber says, is this a cafe? I missed the beginning. Looks nice. I'm going to turn the camera around just so you guys can see where I'm at. It's not a cafe, but it's definitely a wonderful restaurant. Oh. And they have a jumbo gym park for families. Pretty amazing. Families come here from everywhere. They also have like a pizza oven. And they have a wonderful menu. I'm going to get a Cobb salad today to go home with. And pretty amazing atmosphere as well. Then it says, I smoke entertainment. Well, it's ENT. I'm just thinking it's entertainment. I will be there August 4th. How much are consultations? I just said consultations are 65 for a half an hour. That's on WhatsApp, Facebook, and then also in person. 65 or it's 90 for an hour. And we go through everything, all your questions. Keith Hanna in La Casa. Hello, how are you? Deborah S., how are you, sweetheart? Marshall's Entertainment. I recommend going through Cerise for your apartment rentals. She is a one-stop shop. My apartment rental was very smooth. Thank you, Marshall. And then Amber says, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys, I have to tell you, getting apartments here should not be difficult, but I will hustle for you. I'll try to get the best price for you. And I'm that person that even if you are working with a large budget, I'm still going to look for a bigger bang for your buck. And I think recently that has actually, I don't know, like this one guy, he's like, my budget is $2,000 a month. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I want a pool, all this and all that. I'm like, but what you're asking for, you can get for $700 a month. Right. Well, without the pool. I'm like, you can get for $700 a month. And he's like, okay, but 2,000 is my budget. I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, that's really nice. And that's awesome. So I will be helping more and more people where their budget's 2,000 a month. Don't worry. And more places are getting built like that these days. And then you have some people that are like, their budget is 400 and then they want something that is with a pool, electricity included, a walk to the beach. And it's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult to just have all of those with $400 budget these days. I don't have anything right now on my list for 400. I don't have anything on my list right now for 500. Everything that I have is like 700 and up right now. I'm trying to think, do I have something at... No, I don't. So I think Marshall is the one that just took the last really good price one, but even that, I had to talk down the landlord. I talk for you guys when I go to get places for you guys, especially if you guys want it for long term. I really like to talk for you guys. But in any case, guys, those are a lot of things that you need to know about coming here and making a fortune. Hustle. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When you're in the Dominican Republic, you have to hustle. Dominicans hustle. And it's one thing that I really learned from them. I was a hustler back in the day, back in Toronto, writer. I was on the radio. I was always doing something fun with my life and always, doing something. If I saw something cool and it was a trend, I would pick up on it. I always wanted a restaurant in Toronto, but it was way too expensive to rent a restaurant in Toronto. And I was like, whoa. And when I got here, I had the opportunity to do it. So I did it. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to because I am not a kitchen chick. I'm not someone that enjoys to be in the kitchen and being tied to a kitchen all day. A kitchen cries like a baby. You have to make sure you have everything. The worst thing is sometimes when I go, and I'm picky like that, but I went to like a taco shop down by the beach one day and they didn't have any guacamole. And I'm like, well, that's my favorite. That's the only reason why I ordered the tacos. So I said to the server, I'm like, where's the guacamole? And she's like, oh, we don't have any today. I'm like, what? You guys are like a well-known restaurant here. And guacamole is avocados. And they grow on the trees here. And Haitians walk by with them every single day in their baskets. You couldn't just buy a couple of guacamole, a couple of avocados, mash it all up, do something with it and give it to someone. This is what I'm saying. And so I'm a picky person like that when it comes to if I'm going to go buy a product and if something is missing out of what I ordered for lunch or for dinner, I don't like it. There's a salad that I really like at a restaurant around here, and every time they are impeccable. They are amazing, and it comes with mixed spring mix, like all the little mixed lettuces. It comes with tomatoes. It comes with salmon. It comes with capers. But capers, those little capers, they're like baby olives. They just knock the salad out the ballpark. And that's what makes a huge difference. One day I ordered it and it didn't have the capers or the spring mix. It had regular iceberg lettuce and no capers. And I only order that salad for the mixed vegetables, like the mixed lettuces, the spring mix, and the capers. So here, you want to make sure you're on top of that. Otherwise, you're going to get a bad reputation. Don't, if you're going to open up a restaurant, because restaurants are one of the number one things that people want to do here. One of the number one things, restaurants and bars. If you're going to open up a bar, you better get yourself some real cheap rum. Like, just get yourself, go to Brugal or whatever and get a really good connection with someone there. If you're going to open up a bar, make sure you have something that's entertaining for people, like live music, and make sure you don't just have one type of live band there. Once a week, have rock music, and another part of the week have a little bit of Motown, also. And that's one thing about here, a lot of the bands here are rock, right? We used to have a guy here that used to go around do a lot of Motown, James, but he died. Rest in peace, James. He was my friend, and he was a good brother, and he used to go around from bar to bar, and he would sing things like Prince, songs like Prince, right? And some songs, Motown songs from back in the day. But these days, and it's not to dash or tell anyone that their bands are no good, because their bands are amazing, but there's only so many places, and in most places are rock bands or stuff like that. There's a really good group out right now called Deja Vu from Canada. I had them on my talk show once already. They closed out my talk show, and they are an 80s band. Really awesome. They'll play your 80s music. I don't think they play a lot of 80s Motown. It's more rock as well, but it's still nice just to sit back, because all of us, we know 80s songs, right? So, I think I drank that whole beer. I think at the end of the day, we just have to really sit back, think about what we are good at, what we've always wanted. Coming to the Dominican Republic is putting your plans in motion, and also your dreams to be realized, and that's what we do. You have to get a lot of good connections. You have to get, if it's going to be a clothing store or a jewelry store or a hair store or something of that nature, you have to make sure that you do it, you distribute it from the United States wholesale. Someone was like, yeah, I'm going to bring in some brand names, right? And I was like, what type of brand names? Be more specific. And then when he told me like Jordan shoes and everything, you're not going to, that's a big investment. Jordan shoes are a big investment. And if, unless you're only buying the knockoff ones, you're not going to be able to resell those here to locals. And not too many expats are going to want to walk around with Jordans. It's not the marketplace for Jordans. If you're looking to sell, I don't know, tights to women. Tights are big. Tights are big. A lot of the women here, they go for their surgeries and they get their Brazilian butt lift and they get their breasts. And a lot of them, not just ladies of the night, not just working girls, but girls even like myself, we like to put on some tights and a bra top or whatever, right? So those are really big here, but there's such a huge competition for them here. And not only that, you just walk into the secondhand store and you can get them for like 200 pesos, and that's $4, and it's Nike brand, real Nike brand, not just knockoff. I don't know if there's a lot of knockoff yoga clothing anyway, but I'm just like tights clothing. But all I'm saying is this is what you want to keep in mind. And you don't want to be in a position where you are investing so much money and you're not getting, hold on, I'm going to get a different one. ¿Tiene tsunami? Okay, tsunami, por favor. I'm getting another beer, and then after this, I'm going to go home. I'm supposed to meet someone here at 3 o'clock, but it is after 3, so I don't know where she's at. But in any case, I just want to say, if you guys are investing a lot of money and you are doing it with the hopes of making money and you have not sold one piece of product yet, don't do it. I'm telling you, hold on to your dollars, or at least get a partner and sell it with a partner, so you're not investing everything and losing everything. A lot of people, they come here and they invest so much money into their dreams thinking that it's going to work without the proper research, without the proper knowledge. And their idea is awesome. It's $1 million idea, but they're selling to the wrong market. You can't just assume. So look at things that we don't have here and bring it here. Don't just look at things that we do have here. I know a lot of you guys will come here and you'll be like, oh my gosh, look how many women there are. I'm going to buy wigs and sell all the wigs. No, I've seen people fail in those businesses. Even women fail in those businesses. I see people come in, they're like, I'm going to start a massage parlor, and a whole spa. A lot of those people are now selling real estate, contacting me for apartments for clients that they want to sell these apartments to and rent to. No, you may think, oh yeah, the women here, they're so beautiful. I'm just going to open up a whole massage place and have the men go in. Men have their ladies that they can get a massage with and your whole entire finish in their hotel room or in their Airbnb for those guys that rent guest-friendly places. They'll go get a woman and the woman will show up at their house and they get much more than a massage, so they're gracias amor. And so you really have to think to yourself exactly what you are thinking when you come here and you see already that there's a big market for it and there's not a lot of people doing it. Then okay, maybe you've stumbled onto something. But if there's something in America, for instance, or Canada, or even Germany, that's not big here, and you bring it here, it might not go big either. You have to really study the market. There was a guy on the beach that did something amazing, and I would have thought that it would have just been amazing for everyone. He started some type of a business on the beach years ago, crystal bottom boats, where he would take you out into the water, and the bottom of the boat is like you can see through, and you can see all the fish swimming underneath. And Playa Sosua, you would think that would be an amazing hit. Like I never did it myself, but it's because the prices were too high. You know what I mean? If the prices were a lot lower, then I would not have only done it once, but I would have done it again and again, maybe even some days all on my own with maybe one guy in the boat and go out there and do a few videos. But when you bring something in that you pay a lot for, you have to charge a lot for. So this one's called Tsunami. It's okay. The other one was a wheat beer. That's a lot of beer. But again, I'm not complaining. I'm going to go home after this one. I only came out today to do live to air and also to meet someone, but they're not here. So I'm just going to take my salad and go when I'm done. I'm almost done. But yeah, this guy did like crystal bottom boats, and you would think that it would be amazing. So sometimes we think in our head, this is going to be amazing. People are going to love it. But if it's something that you have to introduce to the market, and you have to pay a lot to introduce it to the market, hold off a little bit or get a partner to do it with. But just think in your head, like really think in your head what we have here that is just moving a mile a minute. And it's like usually the things that are most common. Construction, right there. There's another truck coming in right now with bricks. Construction. Motorcycles. Everyone's on a motorcycle here. I was going to sell helmets before, right? Because they were pretty cheap over there at a store. They were like $10, 500 pesos. And I was going to get them personalized helmets. But then I realized that it's just not lucrative enough. They don't wear helmets here very often. But they will have to wear helmets here in the next few years when the laws change. But I mean, if you open up a helmet store, you may get a lot of business, Motorcycle store is possible. Motorcycles are a lot cheaper here. Pasolas, they're a lot cheaper here. People make really good money. Although it's a bigger investment, you will get high yield. High risk, high yield. High investment, with those types of things, you will definitely get some type of return on your money. And it's really important, again, to think outside the box and not just, oh, that's obvious. I can, break the bank and, make the bank with that investment. Not always. So I just want to wrap up with some of the topics that we already covered. And one again was clothing. And clothing, we're good here. We're good. We have clothing. We have La Puga, we have Chinese stores, and between the two, we also have a lot of boutiques where Dominicans work very hard to go all the way to Santo Domingo, or they go all the way to even Haiti border, and they bring back clothing. So Dominicans usually have that clothing market on lock. And if they don't, the Haitians do. And if the Haitians don't, the Chinese do. Period. I'm just keeping it real. So if you think you're going to come here and open up a little boutique and sell your clothing, chances are you're going to have to do a lot of marketing and maybe even have a little bar beside it as well, where you're going to have to draw in some clients. And I'm not saying you can't make money doing it, but I've even seen some people buy knockoff Louis Vuitton and thinking that they're going to sell that to the ladies here. And the ladies, no, they'll buy their own knockoff Louis Vuitton somewhere else, in Santiago or whatever. So having a boutique full of knockoff stuff is also not going to make a lot of money either. I've seen a lot of people open up stores like that. And I even walked into one of those stores before where I'm like, okay, how much is this? Just to look at it. I don't like knockoff stuff myself. I usually only have original, and any of my Louis or anything of that nature, I brought all the way with me here from Canada. You know, they're older and stuff like that. But in any case, I went into one of these stores on Pedro Clisante. They were selling Louis sunglasses, Louis Vuitton sunglasses for $200. I'm like, what the heck? These aren't real. I'm a professional when it comes to that. I know what a real Louis purse looks like, because I used to buy them back in the day and do business on eBay. Okay, and I would buy them at flea markets. Downtown Toronto, they had like this big flea market place, and it was called St. Lawrence Flea Market, and I would go there and I would buy like secondhand stuff and sell it on eBay. Okay, so I had to be a professional at that, and this was before eBay was asking for certifications of real, like authentication of real Louis and stuff. And so I did all my research, and I know the difference between 4A, 3A, 2A, or authentic. So I walked into this store and I looked at these Louis Vuitton sunglasses, and they were $200. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can just walk down the street to China Tienda. China Tienda down the street sells knockoff Louis Vuitton. You can go into China Tienda right now and buy a purse, and it will say the double G for Gucci. It's not going to have the two O's, and it's not going to have the G in the O. It's going to look just like Gucci. It's going to feel obviously a little bit different. The canvas is going to be cheap. The zipper is not going to be metal. It's going to be plastic, but at first glance, without touching it, it looks like authentic. You get up to it and it's a knockoff. China Tienda has that here. So if you're thinking about starting a store with knockoffs of Louis and Gucci and Versace and all that, chances are you're not going to sell much, and there's no way you're going to make a fortune on it. Again, unless you're selling it wholesale. So if you buy like about 50 t-shirts of it, and you know someone already that's going to be ready to put it on consignment in their store, or you know someone that's going to buy them off you, then you're good, because you don't need to buy the product before you sell the product. All you have to do is get a picture of the product and then contact people on WhatsApp and say, I have this available, do you want it? And if they say yes, then you tell them that they can put a down payment, and you buy that with the down payment. Or they say yes, you get them to sign a waiver saying that they're going to buy a certain amount, and you buy that certain amount, especially if you're buying it from China. So that's what I'm saying. There are a few places that you don't want to buy in China, but there are a few places that you do want to buy from China. And I have those places already that I bought from, foolproof places that I can share with you during consultations. So we also talked about restaurants, and restaurants, you want to make sure that you're not opening up another burger joint, because in Los Charamicos I can go buy a burger for 180 pesos, which is like $2.60, and they deliver all over Sosua. And when you have people like me promoting those places, you're going to be out promoted, especially if you come to a place like this, Nelson's Bistro, where you're going to get a wonderful atmosphere, wonderful ambiance, and great prices. You know, you're not going to last very long, unless you have something very different, very unique, something niche, like a Korean barbecue. As I said in the beginning of the video, Korean barbecue is something that's so popular in Toronto, and it took off just like that. And what, for those of you who don't know what that is when you make your own meat at the table. It's amazing. It's cool. People cook for themselves. They bring you over your slices of meat that you order on a plate. So you say, okay, and you buy it like in, I guess in bulk. I don't know, not bulk. So you buy like $4 worth of beef, and then you buy $4 worth of pork or whatever, and it comes in little slices, fillets, and you just fry it right on the barbecue in front of you. And if someone was to open up a Korean barbecue and beer shop, it would be amazing. They actually have, and I'm going to be there on Sunday. I'm going to be going to craft beer. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be going to a craft beer place to promote them. And it's going to be a brand new taco place right over here, along the street right over here. I don't know where it's at. They're going to message me. And hold on one second. Amor, una Cobb ensalada para llevar, por favor? Sí, para llevar. Gracias. Hold on, guys. I just want to see if this person that is supposed to come meet me here came. No. So, sorry, hold on, guys. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone for a second, just so I can chit chat and finish up here. So yeah, I'm giving you guys the idea to do it, and that will be successful. You know, nice craft beer, Korean barbecue. People like beer, people like Korean barbecue, especially if you got the right music playing and the right entertainment, you're going to be a hit. And then you get your merch for your place, and you sell merch for your place as well. That's amazing too. So now, yeah, I'm going to this brand new taco place. It hasn't even opened yet. It's going to be opening at the end, no, at the August 1st. He told me it's going to be open, but I'm going to go there, and it's at a craft beer location. So I'm going to go there on Sunday and do my live to air from there, as opposed to the beach. I know I told you guys I'm going to be doing a lot of videoing from the beach just to show you guys the construction, but the construction hasn't happened. And as well, I do want to show you guys a little bit of something different. So please join me on Sunday for that live to air. It's going to be amazing, I think, because it's going to be showing you guys a different type of place that's going to be opened up even before it really starts hopping. Again, if you're just going to have a bar with a simple menu, that's always going to be successful. It's not going to make you a fortune, but you can definitely open up different franchises if you have something cool to offer. Like a bar, always offer some, if you're just offering drink deals, 2-for-1 happy hour. It's just so happy hour. It's just so over. We can go happy hour. Every single bar has happy hour. You know, in Toronto, only a few places had happy hour. Here, almost every bar has happy hour, and that means at a certain hour, from like usually 1 to 5 or something like that, you go and you can get 2 drinks for the price of 1. And it's usually a pretty good deal, but it's all over. So if you think that you're going to do happy hour and make money on that, chances are no. Unless you have a lot of women hanging around for the men to come in and see, or unless you have like a jungle gym for the families to go and take their children, or unless you have a really inexpensive menu. But if you are going to offer drinks and you are a small bar, then offer something else like popcorn. Put popcorn on the table, or peanuts. Usually some people have peanut allergies or whatever, right? So you don't, and plus peanuts are a little bit more expensive. So you don't want to, like, you know, put something on the table that someone may be allergic to, or something that's expensive. So popcorn, it's cheaper here than it was in Toronto. In Toronto, I would get a bag like that for, I don't know, $3.99. And here, I get a bag like this for 25 pesos, which is 50 cents. All you do is you just put it in a pot, make it pop. It takes a couple of minutes. Put some nice hot popcorn on the table, and popcorn can stay on the table for an hour or so, because it doesn't matter if it gets cold, as long as it's savory and tastes tasty. People will eat the popcorn and they will eventually get hungry. And this is why you put the menu on the table as well. In happy hour, if they drink a certain amount of drinks, then they will get a certain amount of discount off food as well. Okay, you don't just want to say, come in for drinks, happy hour. Say, no, if you buy this many drinks during happy hour, you get also 10% off of the meal that you order. Mix it all in together. You know, it's a creative way to make money opening a restaurant, because everybody wants to open a restaurant here, and it's nothing new or unique. It's very common. And then, of course, again, I already spoke about hair. I already spoke about the rest. Online, the one thing that you guys got to do is just hustle. If you have a job and you want to come here, look into Airbnb, look into real estate. And if you get a consultation with me, I will teach you about that. But it's really important for you to focus on what you're good at as well. If you are a barber and you cut hair very well, be a mobile barber. Go to people's homes. You know, tell guys that, you know, you'll go to their place. Have them all at one guy's Airbnb. Offer to do it at certain restaurants. There's a restaurant that just opened up a few weeks ago. Amazing wings and waffles they sell and everything. They have a pool outside. You can sit in a little corner over by the pool and just plug in and go, and just have a mobile place, and just strike up a deal with the hotel that's there, or strike up a deal with the restaurant that's there. Even hotels here, you can tell them, okay, certain boutique hotels that you know a lot of guys go to, you just say, every Saturday I'm going to be there, and let guys just see you for their lineup. And bam, of course, you're not going to get as much for your lineup as you would in Canada or America. I remember my son used to go for a fade and a lineup every weekend or every 2 weekends. And he would like leave the apartment at 8 o'clock in the morning, even before the place was open. And he wouldn't be getting home until around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because it was just like lineups, not line up as in hair, but lineups after lineups. And so he started to find a really nice place, a really nice cool place. He found a really nice cool place, and he booked an appointment with them. And even then, you know, a barber will say, okay, yeah, come on in, I'm going to book you for 9 o'clock in the morning when I open up. But you don't know what the person wants when they go in. They may just usually want salud, a little lineup, but they may decide that they want to fade and all kinds of other stuff, right? And then you go overtime. So all I'm saying is, if you have something to offer, be willing to offer it at a lower price and be more innovative with it, okay? There's a lot of ways to make a fortune, but the old saying is, hustle. You got to be a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know. It ain't wearing. Oh, well, anyways, you guys know that song. But yeah, you got to be a hustler, and you got to be willing to get in, put your feet in, get your feet wet, research. Don't just rely on one person. Speak to many people and get your business dealt with, because when it comes to everything being said and done, you're going to want to be able to have that network system going on even after your business is up and running, because you're going to want people, especially Dominicans, to be able to spread the word for you. And don't try to reinvent the wheel. Like, don't come here thinking that you're going to, you know, start your own cellular phone store and stuff like that. And then take business from people walking on the street selling things, you know. Be very careful about your business too, because you don't want to come here and take business and food out other people's mouths that rely on that. But again, competition is good for business, and so competition does happen. So don't be afraid to be competitive if you do have an idea, but collaborate with the people that are already open. If you do have, like, let's say, cellular phone idea, then go to some of the cellular phone stores and tell them, I have this product. If I can put it on your shelf, you get this and this, that much commission from it. Commission is the key here. Commission is the word here. Commission, commission, commission. You talk about commission to any Dominican, and you have a friend for life, because that means respect. In Canada, we give away all our little gems for free. And we don't look for commission because we all make relatively good money to take care of ourselves in Canada. Well, now since I've been here, I have a lot of friends in Canada during the world change, that lost their businesses, that aren't making as much money. And now just automatically they are willing to share their profits, and they're willing to pay it forward in order to get a sale. And that's exactly what it's like here. Commission. And it's usually 10%. There's actually a commission price, right? You just tell a Dominican, I'll pay you 10% commission. Respect right away. They'll be like, okay. And, if it's something that they know they can sell, and it's something that they know they have someone that, will buy from you, bam, they'll do everything. Commission, commission, commission. So that's my video today. I love to talk about this because it's all about business. It's all about making money. I don't talk about my income. I don't talk about my, pocket or whatever I make. But because I do believe that that's private. I really do. And when people start talking to me about their money too, especially like back in the day, not so much these days, but wealthy men that I used to date, and they would start talking to me about money, I would feel very uncomfortable with it, because I would think to myself, are they only talking to me about their money because they want to impress me? Who are they without their money? What's their character like? I know they weren't trying to get me in on their business. I know they weren't like, oh, I make this much money and, you want to invest. I know it wasn't that. They weren't trying to pitch to me. So it would make me feel very uncomfortable. And each person that is making money here, it's different for everyone. Some people that do real estate, they will accept a referral fee, right? Like, let's say you deal with an agent and a real estate agent, and the real estate agent's like, they'll give someone a referral fee. So let's say a place is, I don't know, 100,000, and the commission for the real estate agent is 10%, right? So that would be $10,000, right? Now that $10,000, 5 of it should go to the real estate agent, and 5 of it should go to the person that found the client. I think if it's the real estate agent's listing, right, and they're not going to sell it unless they get a client, and they don't have a client and someone brings a client, then they need to split that 50-50 right down. Bam, 5 and 5 out the gate. What's this referral fee stuff? Oh no, I'm going to give you $2,000, and then they keep 8, and they wouldn't have sold it unless someone brought it in. I don't deal with those types of people at all. That's why I haven't dealt with a lot of real estate agents here, because real estate agents will pay a referral fee, and I don't think that's fair, because they could have had that listing on their hands for over a year and not even close to selling it. Now I roll in there with my client, and my client's like, I'm only buying it if Cerise is involved, right? Because they trust me and they know that I'm going to lead them in the right direction. And then the person's like, okay, yeah, you can buy it if Cerise is involved. And then they're like, okay, Cerise, I'm going to give you a referral fee. No. I have many more properties to present to my clients. There is no shortage of properties here, and no shortage of people that are kind and stuff. So when someone starts talking to me about referral fees, I'm like, no. I'm not your patsy. I'm not your person that's just going to bring business to you. We have to be fair. So if you are a person that doesn't worry about referral fees, and you're not like me, and you're like, you know what, I don't mind a referral fee. I'll go get a client for this person and that person. That's what you can do here as well. And I can teach you how to do that. You can just, grab a little $2,000 here or $1,000 there or whatever. You have people that want to buy, and you know that you're not a real estate agent, and you don't mind not getting the whole, like the half a cut. I can teach you how to get in on that and tap in on that type of money as well. It's just that now, me being here after 4 years, and I've built a reputation and I've built an image and a brand. It's kind of like an actor. An actor gets to a point where they're not doing background roles any longer. And I'm not trying to say I'm too good for background roles. I'm not trying to say I'm that type of actor that I wouldn't take a background role. I'm not trying to say that I would never take a referral fee either. What I am saying is that you get to a point where you start to realize that your work and your image and your brand and your personality, your character, everything that you believe in deserves to be paid for. Right? You deserve something. And so for so many years, even in Toronto, I was always giving everything away for free. And then I would just feel so diminished afterwards, or just so exploited, or, whatever the word would be. And then when I got here, I learned from the Dominicans that fair is fair. So that's why I'm always telling people, come here, do your thing, but be fair. Be totally fair. And that's the only thing you can really do in life. I'm going to look at some of these messages. But you can make a mint here in the Dominican Republic. Think outside the box. Oh, wait. Amber says amazing. Colin Harder says 65 Canadian. 65 Canadian for what, Colin? Virtual Hit says, have some Zoom get-togethers for more motivated, so we can all talk together. I would love that. I have 2 cool things going that I need to talk to you about. A 10-year-old music star. Ooh, Virtual Hits. I love that. That'd be amazing. Bring her or him right on my show. Wellington says, hola, hola. Amber says, Cerise knows her stuff. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Keith, cheers, sweetheart. Look at this big old beer. When you get here, we have to come here to Nelson's Bistro for some good craft beer. Eddie Kane Jr., do they have soul food restaurants out there? Well, depends on what you call soul food. I'm going to get to the bottom, and then I'm going to get back to that. Jackson Jeter, JJ, just stepped in the room. What's up, brother? Albert says, good afternoon, Cerise. Hope all is well. It is. And, Keith, $65 Canadian. We can make it Canadian. Don't you worry. And so now the other question, soul food. Okay, yeah, Colin, I got it. Soul food. Guys, just before I came here, waffles and chicken and waffles was a thing in Toronto. It became a thing in Toronto. I was dating a guy for a while. He was a popular DJ downtown Toronto, and he had a few restaurants. I don't want to say his name, but he had a few restaurants that were pretty amazing, and he was selling it. And not too many restaurants were catching on to it. Then my son caught on to it. And he's like, Mom, you know what? This is amazing stuff. And he fell in love with it. And he was just like, waffles and chicken. He's like, you got to try it. And this was before I used to eat meat, right? But he brought that home, and I was like, who would have thought? Waffles and chicken. Who would have ever thought? But it was amazing. Now, soul food, they don't have here. And now soul food, if you mean like collard greens, and I don't really know too many other soul foods when it comes to America, but like, I don't know, like if ackee is part of soul food, like some nice, fish and rice and stuff of that nature. They don't have that here. I love collard greens. And back in Jamaica, I've never been to Jamaica, but I was raised in a Jamaican culture. Downtown Toronto, we call it kalaloo. And kalaloo is amazing. Ackee and saltfish. I don't know. They don't even have that here. They don't even have the real. Well, they do have a Jamaican restaurant here, but the prices are so expensive, right? And so, but I heard that's because he gets everything imported here from somewhere else. But I don't think it needs to be imported here because Jamaica is just down the street from here, so to speak, you know, and it's right there. So it's almost like the same island mass. It is the Caribbean. So whatever those spices are, we can definitely get here somewhere if you just do your research. But by soul food, I don't know what you're talking about exactly because soul food is more of an American thing. But if you mean like grits and shrimp and waffles and chicken and stuff like that, a brand new restaurant just opened up. But there's not a lot. There's not a lot at all. And the prices at this brand new restaurant are pretty amazing, you know. And there's more taco places opening now. There's more places like I don't know. There's a few places that do sell some pretty good food. I think that could be considered some soul food, like Treehouse. Treehouse is pretty good. They just closed down, and I think they're opening up in Envy now. I'm not sure where, but they still do have a location on the beach. You guys know Sherman, so that's a pretty good location. But definitely think hard about the soul food menu. Don't open up a restaurant with a big menu. Just don't. Have a few specials that you have suppliers on the island here. Think of the island. Think of suppliers here. Don't think of getting anything imported. Once you have a menu where you have to import stuff here, then you're going to have to pay to get it imported. You're also going to have to pay. You're also going to have to wait for it to be delivered. And that just adds a whole bunch of other stress that you don't need when you're running a restaurant. You just don't need that. So if you're going to open up a soul food restaurant, look at a few items that you know are niche items and just have drink specials with food specials. No menu needs to have so many like items on it. People sometimes just like to open up a menu and like maybe 10 things, and they're going to pick something off that. Have some chickens, have some beefs, have some porks, but really extraterrestrial. Who said that? Gay, gay Sarah, gay Sarah, gay Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. Hmm. But definitely go with the smaller menu. Have one thing on the menu. Have one face of a menu. On the other side, have your drink list. Have something nice and sleek. A lot of people, when they have like a whole entire menu to go through, sometimes it just seems so daunting. I think this is my girl coming. No. Sometimes it's just so daunting. When I go to a restaurant, I like to know that I'm going in there for one thing. I know what their special is on that day. That's what they promote. That's what they're good at. You don't want to call yourself a one place and then all of a sudden you're selling a lot of other things. I think you just want to keep things simple here. Like for instance, the most successful restaurants here are when you go in for La Bandera. You go to a Dominican restaurant, and you're going to be able to get rice, you're going to be able to get beef, you're going to be able to get pork, and also chicken. Now the chicken may be fried and or guisado, which is sauce. But the beef, you may get beef balls, like chicken, like meatballs. But you'll have a choice between white or loclio rice or mordo. Mordo is like brown rice with beans. Loclio rice is with meat mixed in. And then you have white rice. So it's just a simple thing when people go. They know it's going to be simple to put together. Now, if you want a gourmet restaurant, there are a few gourmet restaurants that are amazing, like Margot. And I love Margot. I love going there. And then there's another place. It's not necessarily gourmet, but I consider it gourmet because the ingredients in each thing is just amazing. They have sun-dried tomatoes in one of their salads, where you don't get a lot of sun-dried tomatoes here. And that's another business, like sun-dried tomatoes. Like someone told me one day that that's what they want to start bringing here, and I thought that was so amazing. So these are some of the things that you really want to look at. But anyway, this other restaurant called Fresh, I love it. For salads, I love salads. I really love salads a lot. And so, the ingredients are fresh, and so the plates are gourmet-ish, and the ingredients that they put together are very unique. So you're paying for that, right? But Fresh is very inexpensive. You're paying like $6 for a salad that I would pay like $13 for in Toronto. Or Margot is very, very, well, Margot. Germans call it Margot, but here we call it Margot. We drop the T. And so Margot, really great restaurant to go to. I love it. Here, I'm ordering salad for the first time, a Cobb salad, because it was suggested to me when I came to sit down from the guy that's starting the new taco shop. And so I'll be speaking with him and his partner on Sunday. Remember, watch my channel on Sunday. And speaking of which, you guys know that I bring out videos every single day, random Mondays. And then today, Tuesday, I bring out real estate, relocation. It's always something to do with coming here, moving here, investing here. Wednesdays, I bring out something about relationships. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about vabbing. Women that actually put their vaginal juice on their neck. And I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. I'll let you guys know if I do it or who does do it, stuff like that. Thursday, I always bring out stuff about my talk show. It's a snippet from my talk show, a segment from my talk show. This Thursday, I'm going to have on a little boy named Leon. His dad is Belgium and his mom is Dominican. When his dad came here and got with the mom was a little bit younger, and he took his son away from the mom, but they share custody now. And the mom's Dominican and she pays him child support. Go figure. So Leon, I had him on last week, and I'm going to be putting him up this week. And then this Friday, I'm going to be talking about fitness. Fitness Fridays are all about the mind, the body, and the soul. I'm turning it away from just physical, but also to mental and spiritual, where the soul coach and me will talk a lot about that. And then Saturday is Storytime Saturdays. And then Sundays, of course, is where I go around and I talk to people about, or I answer your questions. I've done a lot of live to airs this week. I did Sunday, yesterday, and today. And that makes me feel good because I do this for you guys, and I take the time out of my day in order to answer your questions. And I really love connecting with you guys. That's why I really love the suggestion here about the Zoom calls in regards to consultations and giving more information, because I think it's really important. Gay Sarah says, you are funny. Thank you. Franklin, soul food. There is no clientele in DR for that. I would have to disagree. I'm going to tell you why. Gay Sarah says, Cerise emoji. Ah, it's cute. Listen to Cerise. She is giving amazing advice. Franklin NJ, thank you. Thank you. Johnny Brown, Shay Star, great information. Dominican food is amazing. Just need to hire Dominican staff and pick up a good location, Franklin says. Absolutely. Now, Colin Harder, thanks, Cerise. Have a great day. You too, sweetheart. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Now, Franklin, that's the thing. Dominican food is amazing. And the funny thing is this. Not all Dominicans buy Dominican food. Most people coming here, they cherish a really nice Dominican meal. When I first got here, I was like, I can always eat a burger in Canada. I want to try the real authentic Dominican cuisine. So I went to a lot of the authentic Dominican cuisines. I learned about habichuelas, which is beans. They come in white, they come in red, but they come with like a nice gravy type of sauce. Some of them, they come with more of a gravy. Some of them come more with like a tomato, more tomato saucy. And then you have my favorite, guanduli. Guanduli are tiny little pigeon peas. They're not like, kidney beans. And they're totally different. And I love the smaller ones. And I sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown, and I mix those on my rice. So, and it's totally different. And Dominicans can cook amazingly well. And so, yes, if you're going to open up a Dominican restaurant, there are a lot of them here. But if you're going to do it, you have to really do it for expats, and you have to get them there. Not just by saying it's a cafe, a cafeteria here. They call them cafeterias. Not just by saying that, where you're going in, getting your food, and leaving. You have to have some specials, some real good specials like conch. Oh my gosh, do they ever make wonderful lambi here? Lambi, which is conch seafood, and it is so amazing. It's my favorite lambi. You can't find it at every restaurant, and it's not common at every restaurant, but lambi is definitely my favorite seafood here. I love it. And then, of course, lobster does get expensive. Fish sometimes gets expensive. You have to get yourself a good fish supplier. You can go do that. Give me a shout if you're looking to start a seafood restaurant, because I have good seafood providers. But aside from that, you guys just got to really put your heads together. Don't run away from somebody that may be able to go into business with you. Carmel, I have a question for you, Cerise. Absolutely. Excuse me. Hello, first off. Hi. And yeah, Carnell. Oh, wait. No, it's Carnell. Oh, Camel. No, Carnell. What's up, Carnell? Go ahead and ask me your question. And that's the thing, guys. You really want to be prepared as well for anything that may be out of stock. So let's say that you rely on, let's say, I don't know, mango ice cream as a business. You have like a mango ice cream business. You want to make sure that the mango is in season. And when it's not in season, you want to make sure that you get your mangoes put aside while they are in season, because mangoes are not in season all the time. There is a mango season. So you want to make sure that you focus on your supply and your demand, and you want to be prepared, because you will lose expat business and also Dominican business as well if they go into your place and they order something and there's something missing out of that order. Like that one place where I told you where there was no guacamole. I was like, no guacamole? Holy smoly. That rhymes. And I was like, well, I'm not going to order here any longer. That particular dish, because that particular dish I really love, and I don't want to take the chance of ordering it. It's delivered, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. Gracias. Gracias. So guys, I just want to show you what I ordered here. So it comes in a bag with a label, Nelson's Bistro with their logo. Sour cream on top. Now I ordered a Cobb salad. So for those of you that know what Cobb salads are, I'm going to show you what it is. And then you basically just can look it up online and compare it. For those of you who don't know what Cobb salad is, same thing. Here we go. Look at this. So you get your eggs, you get your corn, and then you get your avocado. Everything here is just so, you get ham and chicken, bacon, some type of cheese. Hold on. Blue cheese. I love it. And then you're going to get your lettuce, of course. And they're not chincing on this at all. And then, of course, you get all your chopped up tomatoes, and then the egg, if I didn't say egg already. It's a great size as well. I think me holding it up just now is not really giving justice to the size, but here's the size of the dish. You can see it's a little bit bigger than the average dishes that you get. My hands are not small hands. I'm a tall woman. I'm 5'9". So I'm, a tall woman. My hands are not tiny hands. So that's definitely not a tiny container. And hold on. And anytime I've ever come here, they always have everything that is on the menu. This is an extensive menu. But the owner of this restaurant actually owns a supermarket, Playero. There's 2 Playeros in Sosua alone, and Bate alone. And they own 2 supermarkets. So you know that whatever products that they need for their food here, they're just getting it right from the grocery store. So you know whatever is served here is always going to be on the menu, always is going to be fresh. And that's the advantage that they have. And I think that's pretty cool, actually. Nelson's Bistro. It is across from Superpola. Superpola grocery store is right there. So Nelson's Bistro, you got a lot of you guys that have not been here before. You most likely passed by it, but this is what the sign looks like. I love this place. I've been coming to it for the 4 years that I've been living here. And I haven't been here for a while, actually, but their food never ever changes. It's always great. So again, guys, restaurants, you do want to be very particular. You got to make sure you are, serving it up. I've seen a lot of people, even Dominican restaurants, that have amazing serving dishes, amazing cutlery, black cutlery. I just like the different touches like that. If someone has black cutlery, or if they have like the gray boxes and it's not your regular white styrofoam box, and just service alone. I'm not a stuck-up person, but I do hustle. And when I go out and I spend my money somewhere, I want to make sure that it's well worth my dollar, right? So if you are starting a store, a restaurant, think about your target market, and also think about what it is. Don't bring sand to the beach, but at the same time, don't reinvent the wheel. Okay? Just think really hard. Really trendy things are always sellers all around the world. And if the Chinese market has not tapped into it yet, and it's something that is you can get your hands on, then do it. I have a hair thing right now, a hair product. It's not my hair product that I made here. I made a hair product here. And if you guys look at my TikTok videos, I have a couple of TikToks. One is Cerise Fairfax, one is Mindset Coach, and the other one is Sosua Specialist. But if you look at Cerise Fairfax, it's just one where I like to have fun on TikTok, where I do my own little TikTok stuff, singing and stuff like that. You'll see a year ago, my hair was up to here. And I actually just cut this part right here a couple of weeks ago just to see how long it's going to take for this to grow. Okay, because my hair was that length in my TikTok videos last year. And again, just recently I cut right there. I know it looks kind of awkward, but I did it in the front too, just so I can prove that it's real. And so, so I sell product for hair, for braids, for dreads. But this one product is not a juice. It's not a liquid. It's not a cream. It's not a gel. It's not an emollient. It is a product itself that helps your hair. And the Chinese market has not tapped into it yet. So that's why I want to sell it. I'm looking for investors. If you want to come online with me, and if you want to do this with me, we can do it together. I think I've had enough now when it comes to the beer. For those of you just joining right now, I just drank a whole one. Now I'm on my second. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to go home. I have my salad. It looks like my meeting didn't show up, but that's okay because I forgot to remind her, and it wasn't for business. It was just for personal. And sometimes the personal meetings you just don't have time for anyway. I did my personal meeting with you guys today. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for... looks like it just cut off. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because I upload videos every single day of the week. I love you guys, and I think you're so amazing. Oh, wait, there's some more messages right here. I mean Carmel. Oh yeah, Carmel. My goal is to set up an import-export wholesaler distributor. Import-export wholesale distributor. Depends on what you're wholesaling. Like a cash and carry shop. Gay Sarah says, my goal is humanitarian banker. Oh, that's interesting. What would that be? Could we get a club sandwich? Anywhere has a club sandwich. Even the Dominican restaurants have club sandwiches. Franklin NJ, Gay Sarah, great idea. Business will be booming with many clients. Deborah S, do you ever wear your straight hair? I don't straighten my hair, Deborah. I don't. I'm a natural girl. I straightened my hair a couple of times in my life, but I don't. I don't. I don't. And I always think when girls straighten their hair over and over and over again, I think it does destroy their hair. You know, if they want to put a little relaxer in it in order to bring out like if they have tight, coarse hair, like my daughter, and it's a tight afro and it doesn't fall, then definitely put in like maybe a little relaxer to make the curls fall and a little bit of hair processing. Of course, if I don't put something in my hair every morning, my hair is going to be an afro. Like if I don't put something in my hair when I get out the shower, my hair is going to be frizzy. It's not going to be too frizzy, but it's going to be flyaway. It doesn't stay. Like when the wind blows, it's just going to be everywhere. But and that's okay too, because it's nice big chunky curls, right? But I just don't straighten my hair. I straightened my hair not one time before, many years ago, a few times before, and I just don't like the sound of it. Well, I used to do it with a hot comb. I'm dating myself now, right? But like a hot comb, all you do is put it on the stove, put some Vaseline in your hair, and then go shh, and you can hear the hair breaking when you do it. And I'm just not cool with that. But if someone chooses to do that with their hair, I'm all for it. I'm just like, whatever is clever for you all the time. You always want to make yourself happy. And so, yeah, guys, I'm going to let you go now. Only because my battery looks like it's going to be running out. The screen just went dark. But I do want to say to you, thank you so much for joining me. I always love doing my live to airs with you guys. I always love bringing information to you. If you have any business ideas and you want to run them by me, get a consultation with me and we can chit chat about it. If you're interested in opening up any type of business, especially if it has something to do with, what the topics that I said today, clothing store, restaurants, even if it has something to do with hair stores or Airbnb or Amazon, give me a shout. I do have connections to all of it, and I would love for you guys to make some money and be able to come here and stay here or invest here. And not only that, have something that you can call your own. So I know a lot of you guys are business people, and all of you guys that are watching this video right now do have business ideas, have had businesses before, or want businesses, because otherwise you would not have clicked on this video. So that tells me big time that you guys are interested in this topic. So I'm going to be talking about this topic even more, and I will be bringing it down and not broadening it so much, but we will do some micro topics about certain things as well, and maybe even some Zoom, like what was suggested today. All right, guys, look out for my courses, by the way, because I will be doing courses on a lot of business courses on how to do things, even if you're not coming here and you just want to do business online. I love you guys. Huge hugs, loads of love, big blesses. The screen is very dark right now, but I am going to see Gay Sara says cool. Yeah, Gay Sara. There's some club sandwiches here, but there's some really good ones in Los Charamicos. If you guys get here and you guys want a delivery, wow, you're going to get really thick chicken, not just chicken slices. thick chicken with your mayonnaise and your lettuce and your tomato and everything. And I think it's 200 pesos, which is $4, and you get French fries on the side with it. Let me know because there's a great restaurant that sells it in Los Charamicos and will deliver to you right here in Bate. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. It means so much to me. I appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell. God bless you.